And a third time back to back to back, it's tepidizing this water, which is extremely cold. I'm going to be punished so much. The game is going to do something terrible to me, I'm certain. Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today my friends is the day that we are... Wait a second, what is that? Oh, it's polluted oxygen. For a moment I thought, do I really have natural gas in my base already? How? But oh well. Disregard that, it's just a game trolling me, that's fine game, you can troll me whenever you want. But as I was going to say, today is the day that we are going to set up our early game forge. We already have access to a pretty cool biome that is going to allow us to have a cold fluid to use as coolant for our forge, and we need that forge to make a ton of steel. Enough steel to make at least 3 aquatuners. Of course, before we make the aquatuners, we'll have to tap into this natural gas geyser to get this natural gas and use it as fuel for a power plant. But that is a little bit in the future. I first want to build this airlock so that we have easy access to that area. Now, my friends, now. In the comment section of the last episode, one of you actually mentioned a neat trick that for those who are still new to the game, it might be useful. Personally, I don't like to use it because it's a tad bit exploitive. But hey, in your playthrough, you can do whatever you want because this is a single-player game, and well, whatever you feel like doing it, it's not going to affect anyone. So let's say that you want to discover what this thing is before you dig it out. You can technically put it on yellow priority. Come over here and see what it is. I didn't look at it. I put the cursor over there and I look to the side because I don't want to be spoiled. I'm expecting a third chlorine vent just so that the game could control me, and I want to be properly annoyed once that moment comes. But hey, if you don't want to be annoyed, you can do just that. Now. Forge area. Precisely. I'm going to choose this area because we already have heavy watt wire going through here, and we have the water over here. And you are going to need an heavy watt wire or forgot the name of that thing as per usual. One of these conductive wires, because the thingy, the forge consumes, I believe, 1200 megawatt of power. It's ridiculous. But in any case, let's go into the refinement, metal refinery. You can build it out of whatever, doesn't really matter too much. Put it over there. Connect power. Then we need to give it some coolant. Let's go like this. Coolant goes in. Coolant comes out. Back into the pool of very cold water. That's it. Pretty simple, right? However, there is still one piece missing. The kiln, because you need refined carbon to make steel, and the refined carbon is made in the kiln. That thing I'm pretty sure doesn't require power, so it's just a it used to burn stuff to make ceramic, refined carbon and stuff like that. So that's it for the temporary forge. Now I already took care of that radioactive stuff that was laying around. However, I still want to put it to the side somewhere. I don't want that thing just laying on the floor. For now, I'm going to build a storage bin and I'm going to put all the uranium over there. And yeah, now is just waiting for things to get done and choosing our next work project. Now, my friends, while this thing is getting done, we can start getting some of that refined carbon going. We are not going to need a bunch of it right now. So I would say that 20 work orders is good enough. That's 2 tons of coal, and given that coal is one of our main sources of fuel. I don't really want to waste it all on this. Oh wait, no, it's more than that. Yeah, it's 2.5 tons of coal. Maybe let's reduce to 10 work orders, and if we need more, we'll just do it eventually. Now, I'm going to dedicate some time to get this airlock done as well, because, as I mentioned before, we are going to put our industrial area on this side, and we are going to put our farm/ranching area on this side. I kind of want to divide the map on these two fronts, and then on the bottom we can put all of our, like, nuclear reactors, stuff that is large and bulky, and we want it out of the way. Last time I put it over on the top in a place where dupes were constantly moving by, and they were getting a bunch of radiation because the radiation patch came midway through the playthrough. So now I know not to do, not to go like crazy and put my nuclear reactor on top. The reason why I like to put it on the top is just in case it explodes, but we now know we know for a fact that the reactor design is pretty stable, so we can put it on the bottom. But yeah, getting into the food stuff is almost a priority at this point. Not that food is a concern, because as you can see we have a bunch of Linsloaf, is just that morale is. And let's just take a look. If we go and take a look at Ellie, Ellie is a tad bit over the morale threshold, but a good way to get that morale all the way up is to provide good food to your dupes. And good food comes... Hey, are you hurt? No. And good food comes from good crops and tasty meat. But oh well. The metal refinery is now complete. We can come over here and request some steel. Unfortunately, we don't have any iron, so we need to convert first some iron ore into refined iron. By the way, how much lime do we have? Only 40 kilos? That's not good. I've been converting my eggshells into lime. But I don't have a lot of eggshells because I don't have any ranches. So, it's gonna take a while. It's going to take a while, but regardless, the metal refinery is still going to be extremely useful, because now we can convert copper ore into refined copper at 1-to-1 ratio instead of 2-to-1, as we were doing in the rock crusher, right? In here you input 100 copper and you get 50 refined copper, and in this one you put 100 and you get 100. So, for a first try, let's get, I would say, 5 work orders of copper. It's going to be useful for automation and stuff like that. So let's get going. And on this side we are almost done with the reclamation part. This is the extent which we are going to have the Atmosuit docks. I probably should have put the Atmosuit dock a little bit closer over there, but that's fine. We have plenty of space for more suits, and we are going to have plenty of space for more suits over here. And then I'm going to build over here an airlock. We are going to have a beautiful floor for on this side. Unfortunately, we can't rebuild this if we deconstruct it. I suppose the technology of... I don't even know the English word for these things. The technology for beautiful bricks is something the dupes cannot figure out. Okay, so we can see the forge in action. It's taking in polluted water at -8 degrees, and it's going to output polluted water at 11 degrees. So it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's tepidizing this water, which is extremely cold. If we try to convert this polluted water into regular water, it would freeze on the pipes. So, in fact, we are kinda, you know, helping future me to get this water actually converted. And speaking about converting water, because yeah, this thing is getting dangerously low, I'm just going to put a water sieve over here to start converting some of this water that we have over here. It's pretty much just going to connect over here into the line that we had for this pocket of water. Let's do it right now. And here we go. So now we'll have some... Wait, before I do that, let me just triple check that there is no germs in the water. Nope. If for some reason you get slime lung into your water, well, there is only one way to get slime lung into your water that I know of. But still, if you get it, it can be worrisome. It takes a little while for the slime lung to die, and we don't want our dupes to have slime lung inside of our base. And by the way, I believe the way to do it is using this, the algae distiller, because as you can see over there, it refines slime into algae and outputs a small amount of polluted water. This polluted water will be contaminated with slime lung if the slime is also contaminated. Oh, would you look at that, we got our first oxyfern seed. This one, it's a good thing to have. You don't have access to oxyfern seeds outside, inside of your original biome. You have to go into one of the planets to get it. Oxyfern pretty much converts carbon dioxide into oxygen by using regular water. Now, we kind of want to have this thing because we need 3 of them to create a carbon skimming system that doesn't use any power for our rockets, if we so choose to do so. You need 3 per dupe, so it's always a good idea to start accumulating them when you get in your printing pod, especially if you don't like the dupes that you are getting. There is still a lot to be done, but this airlock, it's almost ready to go. We are going to pipe it using this oxygen over here. For a while we might have a little bit of a shortage on this side, but I'm going to be confident that it's not going to be an issue. And power-wise, we are also going to siphon some power from this one. Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. We'll do just this and we'll be able to reach. So we can soon start this airlock over here and start digging out this entire area. In fact, I'm even going to start thinking about doing it right now. Putting one of these bad boys, digging a tunnel so that we can see what we are dealing with on this side. Oh well, it would appear that on this side we are going to have lots and lots of unimpeded... Okay. Of unimpeded space. What seems to be the problem? You guys, you really like to interrupt me when I'm talking. I find that to be very interesting indeed, but oh well. As I was going to say, we have lots of impeded space over here. We'll probably need some temperature management over here, because some of the Dracos are a tad bit sensitive, and the mildew that they hit is also not very tolerant of high or low temperatures. So we just need to take some care with that, but other than that, we'll have a lot of space, no nasty chlorine volcanoes in our way, impeding our progress, and yeah, pretty happy. So, once we get a rancher dupe coming through the portal, we should take it, so that said dupe starts getting a little bit of experience. After all, ranching can't be unlocked straight away, it needs to be unlocked via the farming tech tree, so yeah. That would also be pretty nice, so game, if you want to give me a rancher, I would not be opposed to that. Well game, I mean, I asked for a rancher, but you also gave me another oxyfern seed. I mean, this is actually extremely lucky, getting 2 oxyfern seeds back to back. Besides, this rancher has noodle arms, which is decreased strength. We don't want that. Yeah, no, that's a no-no trait for me. So, oxyfern seed it is, but still game, please. I would accept another rancher if you could just be so kind to give me a decent one. So, my friends, as I am deconstructing the environment over here, I was thinking for a little bit, and given that we have this cool steam vent in the way, that's going to quote-unquote complicate things a little bit, but just a little bit, because I kind of wanted to divide ranches up, farms down from the airlock over here, but that is not going to be possible. This is not enough space for our farm area. I'm going to do something similar to what I did in the previous playthrough, but with a few improvements, shall we say. We still don't have near the materials that we need for that. But still, I kind of have the idea of the space that it's going to occupy, and this is not enough. So I'm going to dig probably somewhere around here, and from this point onwards we are going to build I would say 4 ranches, and then the remaining of the space is going to be for the farmhouse. We want 4 ranches because I want to have at least 2 ranches for etches, one ranch for the Dracos, and another ranch for Sweetles. We are going to use Sweetles in our farms, but we probably also should ranch them. I don't know. I'm either going to ranch Sweetles or I'm going to have a third etch ranch. I still need to think a little bit about that. But as you can see, I have plenty of time in my hands, so I think I'm going to do a lot of thinking. Oh my god, game, are you serious? A third Oxyphorn seed? Like, I told you guys these things were extremely rare. And a third time back to back to back Oxyphorn seed. You know what, game? Thank you, I suppose. Wow, okay. Sure. Well, given that the game is so eager to to prove me wrong, I would like to state officially that I would believe it would be terrible if the game gave us a dupe with branching interest and good traits. Oh boy, that would be so terrible, game. Don't even dare. Okay, I will rage quit and uninstall the game if you do that. Okay? I'm serious. Well, my friends, I believe the moment of truth has come. Will I rage quit and uninstall the game? Wink wink nudge nudge? Oh, I'm going to be punished so much. The game is going to do something terrible to me, I'm certain. Well, okay, game. I'm sorry for tricking you, but apparently it worked. Thank you, everybody. Welcome Ruby into the colony. Like, being a shabby dresser is not exactly the worst thing in the world, and Iron Gut, it's a pretty good trait in my book, so you know what? Yep, Ruby, welcome. Now, this is going to be the limit of dupes that I'm going to hire for now, because as we you know, kinda stated in previous episodes, this thing can provide enough oxygen for 8 and 8 dupes and a baby dupe, okay? More than that, it's kinda pushing it. We could technically push it if some, like, magical dupe with magical traits appear. Yeah, definitely we are going to take it. It's still going to be okay, we are not going to depressurize the base, because the dupes spend most of their time in the suits anyway, but still. Okay, now, we are about to open the stock of here. Let's enable that building. Now, before I open the airlock completely, one thing very important is to put clearance on vacancy only on both sides, okay? Otherwise, the dupes... what does this mean? This means that the dupes will only be able to pass through here if there is a dock available for them to put their suits. This is to prevent a dupe from taking a suit from this side, doing his business, then going all the way to the other side of the map, the ring bells, and then he comes through this airlock, and it's not going to have an Atmosuit dock ready, and so it's going to drop the suit on the floor. Then a dupe will have to take the suit from here and put it over there as well, and it's going to require us to do a deliver suit order. That's kind of boring, and yeah, no. So you put these things on vacancy only, and well, there is... then you're not going to have any problems, because you have a limited number of suits and a limited number of dupes, therefore you shouldn't run into any issues. Now, on other news, we have reached the lowest point that I'm willing to go. I don't want my ranches to be affected by this cool steam vent, even though this is a pretty toasty area already, but we'll do something about it in the near future. So I'm going to start building a couple of ranches over here. First we are going to put the ranches for the etches. They don't care too much about temperature. The Dracos, like I stated previously, they are a tad bit more sensitive. So yeah, this thing can live from -30 to all the way up to 70, so they won't complain too much. Now, in order to get our farms rolling, we are going to need several things, one of which is a mechatronics engineer. But guess what, Gene is already ready. We have our very first mechatronics engineers, yay! And you know what that means? It means that we can get this fully automated, bam! We'll never have to worry about supplying the coal generators again, because the auto sweeper will do that for us. We can even then, after this is built, diminish the priority on the coal generator. Right now it's level 9 because, yeah, I want these things to be supplied all the time. I don't want the dupes to mess around with it, and even sometimes they forget to do it. So, yeah, this thing is a... no, 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 not lead, come on, what the hell? Ew, lead is disgusting. We don't have any copper, oh well. And I say lead is disgusting because it has a -20 overheat temperature, so... Yeah, well, right now the temperature is not that bad, so sure. Build it out of lead, but as soon as I have copper I'm going to replace it. So, as per usual, I didn't thought this one through very well. Like I said, countless times already, planning not exactly my forte. Usually I always do these kinds of things. I put the stuff precisely where I want to build something else. What do I want to build over here? The kitchen. This is going to be the area where we are going to have our kitchen. I'm thinking about putting the freezer over on this corner so that I can have the not the air vent, this thing. Thermoregulator over on this tile, close to the fridge, with an auto sweeper to provide the electric grill and microbe musher with the ingredients. And then we are going to have our murder pit on top of that. It's usually how I like to do things, but we have a gas reservoir on the way. That can't be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vent my gas reservoirs over into these ones. I will snip the lines in order for the oxygen in here to be completely transferred over there, so that there is no oxygen explosions inside of the base. I don't want to pop the eardrums of our dupes. That would not be a good thing. They would all be upset. Now, my friends, when it comes to the ranch itself, we are going to do the Francis ranch. There is no point in reinventing the wheel. It's something that works really well, so why not do that? So, what do we need? I'm pretty sure I have everything right now. I hope I have, because all the advanced research is already done. All tier 2 is done. Now we only have tier 3 and 4, or in this case, material and space research. So I hope that I have everything. So what do we need? We need one of these. Let's put the blocks over here and then we'll reorganize them. We need one of those. And stations. Where are you? We need one of these, a grooming station. For the Dracos we are going to need a shearing station as well, but for now we are taking care of the ranches. And then we need one of these. And a few of these. We need a loader. And we need an auto sweeper. Oh, I don't have the resources, damn it. I need more. But yeah, these are pretty much all the things that we need to make the ranch. All the pieces. And then we need to pretty much just rearrange them in a specific manner. So pretty much the idea over here is to put all of these things in one corner, right? This corner is the range or the area of influence of the auto sweeper, right? But the idea here is to confine the hatches in this space. That way, once they lay eggs or die or put coal down from eating, the auto sweeper can pick it up and send it outside of the ranch to be, you know, filtered. You can put the eggs in the murder pit, you can put the coal in your storage, or, you know, the eggshells or the meat into your freezer. What happens after the items leave the ranch is all up to you. Okay, so pretty much the idea would be to have this one like this, and also there is one small addition that you can put over here. I sometimes do, sometimes I don't. It depends on my mood. But you can put a incubator. It fits nicely in there, and you can then automate it in order to only have it functional if you don't have enough critters. But at the same time, it's usually a good idea to put an incubating room outside of your ranch, so there is also that. In any case, I can tell you this is going to take a very long time, because there is only one dupe who can do it, and that dupe is Gene. Gene is not only our mechatronics, but he is also our only operator. So every time a machine needs operating, given that that is the biggest priority, that's precisely what Gene is going to do. And if there is then build orders, he's going to do whatever build order is close to him, regardless if it is a mechatronics build order or just a few brick tiles over here and there. So yeah, I can tell you, this is going to take a while. Today is the oxyphone seed day, my friends. 4th oxyphone seed of this episode. Like in 30 cycles we got 4 oxyphone seeds. It's wow, okay, the game is really being generous today. How can I complain of such generosity? Thank you so much, game. Thank you so much. Well, my friends, the time has come. Our friend Ruby over here has gained an additional point, which means we can take her up into critter ranching. There we go. So now we finally have someone to capture and take care of the animals for us. Now we still don't have this line ready, nor do we have a murder pit or anything like that. Yeah, we are not getting the ranches done completely this episode, but we have done quite the progress, if you ask me. Now, this is going to be our Draco ranch. It's slightly different from the others, but pretty much the idea is very much the same. It's just that we are not going to be using the auto sweeper in these 3 tiles. This auto sweeper will cover the shearing station, a storage bin, and in here we are going to put the conveyor loader, which is also within the area of influence. The idea here is the auto sweeper will pick up the dirt from the storage bin and is going to put it in the farm tiles so that the Dracos can eat it and increase the likelihood of getting glossy eggs from them. You need mealwood for that, otherwise you get regular Dracos, and regular Dracos, well, they are cute and all, but we really want the glossy kind. Okay, my friends, the time for a mass capture is going to start. We want to wrangle the regular hatches, not the stone hatches, nor the sage hatches, just the regular ones. Just the regular ones. They have the highest branches of foods that we can give them, while sage and stone hatches are more limited, so eventually we are going to run low on pretty much everything. It's going to reach a time where we are not going to have sand, we are not going to have sandstone, we are not going to have igneous rock. We're not going to have anything, and we want creatures that can pretty much eat whatever we have available to give them. So let's wrangle all of them. Then we are going to, in fact, let's unpause game. We are going to set up maximums of 7 creatures, hatch or hatchlings on all of these, at least for on these 2 for now. This one, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to. Oh, do we kill? These guys are occupying space in the ranch, so we are forced to do this. Oh, I'm so sorry, game. No, let's wrangle. Okay, let's be a pacifist this time. Let's avoid murderizing all of them. They did nothing wrong, so let's put them over here for now. Sweetles and sweetle larvas. You also please wrangle. Did I put you over here? No, that's not what I want to put. I want to put over on this one, maximum of 20. We don't really care too much about them, we are just going to let them live. So for now our hatches are going to eat either sandstone or sedimentary rock. Sand is going to be a premium in a little while, so we're not going to waste it on that. Let's go for sandstone. You know what? I think sandstone is a good choice. And then we go over here, raw minerals, sandstone, copy settings, bam bam. Perfect, the dupes will deliver sandstone on bulk into the storage bins, and then the auto sweepers will deliver the sandstone to the critter feeders, ensuring that our hatches are always fed and not starving. Perfect. Gene is actually building the rails and sweepers and stuff like that from the shipping thingies, which is pretty good. I also already transferred all the oxygen over here, which means we can start thinking about our murder pit and our future kitchen. I like the progress we are making in this episode. Things are actually flowing much better than I first anticipated. Well, my friends, the game is being ultra generous today. I really don't know what the hell is happening. What have you made with my O.N.I? My O.N.I usually is not like this, but okay, I will take this care package and I'll be very happy about it. Well, like, sometimes I can't understand why the game... Whatever. Let's not complain about good things, right? In any case, my friends, in any case, I'm already starting the construction of the murder pit. This is a place where, well, bad things are... naughty things are going to happen, okay? So pretty much the idea is for us to use the auto sweepers over here to collect the eggs laying around by the hatches. God damn it. You, come here. No, you. Not the egg. The... Okay, I'll take care of you in a moment. In any case, the idea would be for the sweeper to collect the eggs from the hatches, put it in the loader bring it all the way over here into the murder pit. The hatches will eventually hatch, right? The eggs, I mean. And they are going to... well, drown. Yeah, and then that meat will be sent into our fridge, and, well, that's one way of getting barbecue, because if you are going to wait for your hatches to die of natural causes, you are in for a large waiting... I can't select anything today. Jesus, you have to wait 100 cycles for them to kick the boot. You know, go to the afterlife. The eggs hatching can be done much quicker, and you can stack 1 billion eggs, which means you can have a constant source of food, and it's going to be very tender meat because the babies are born and they are immediately turned into food. And to think that the ranch is already ready. Oh my god, these dupes are actually fantastic. I'm really proud of you guys. Well, it's time to select the filters over here. These ones are pretty simple. We want all the eggs, so critter egg is a one. We want everything that is edible, and we want the eggshells. Eggshells, I believe it's... well, it's somewhere. It's in organics, eggshells. So I'm pretty sure this is everything that we want. Oh! And the coal as well, given that the hatches produces coal. In the future we are going to be burning hatch poop, so it's always a good idea to collect it as well. Right now we don't have the solid filters, they are locked behind the material research, pretty sure. Yep, yellow research. We could start thinking about doing that, but yeah, we can wait a little bit. Where are the filters, by the way? These are not the filters. Oh! Jesus, for a moment I thought the filters were no longer in the game. I thought to myself, what the hell is going on? Boy, I catch me a break, but yeah, they are locked behind both material and science, and space science, or in this case data analysis research, which is way in the future. So yeah, we're not going to have filters anytime soon, but that's fine, that's fine. The auto sweepers can pick up everything and solidify it over here. I don't care, the dupes can then move it into their respective areas. That's fine. Well, given that my dupes are working so efficiently, I'm going to start digging my way into this natural gas geyser. We need to start collecting it, because, well, the thermo aqua tuners, they take a lot of energy, a lot of power, and this natural gas, is going to be pretty much the thing that is going to power our base for a very long time, really long time. So the sooner we start collecting this fuel, the better, because we really need to start accumulating a ridiculous amount of that stuff. I'm going to have a bunch of these things, gas reservoirs, just like all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but pretty much I'm going to put a big chunk of space dedicated to gas reservoirs, simply because once this thing goes dormant, we really start hurting for fuel, and if we run out of fuel, we run out of power, we're going to black out, a bunch of bad things happen, so we really don't want that to occur. Now, over here on the natural gas vent, I already cleared pretty much everything, created a containment field. Now, we have a little bit of polluted oxygen inside of here, which is less than ideal. But that's mostly because there was a slime and, well, it off-gassed a little bit. that is going to be fine. That is going to be fine. For now, the slime will stop off-gassing because of the pressure inside of the chamber. We also have some more natural gas being released, which is only going to increase the pressure further. And then in the future we just put an air filter over here. It's going to consume a little bit extra power, but for the safety that we don't have any polluted oxygen going to our line, I think I'm going to take it. Now, I'm pretty sure the temperature over here never goes above 125... 150. It may go over 125, but usually it doesn't. So we are going to build the stuff inside of this thing out of gold amalgam. We're going to put it over here on the side, so it doesn't take with the doesn't absorb directly from this natural gas where it is hotter. And we put the filter on the outside so it can cool off a little bit better, and that's pretty much it. Where is the filter? So as we can see in just a few cycles, my friends, the list of eggs that we have available to us has increased drastically. All of these eggs have come from the ranches. So yeah, we did not collect any of the eggs that we have laying around. Eventually we'll have to clean house of all these animals, but for now they can live. Eventually they are going to meet its maker, but we don't really need to do such a act of violence just yet. I have to admit, I'm impressed. We used all of that polluted water that we had laying around over here. Yeah, it didn't really net us a lot of water. We got like maybe 4 tiles worth of water in our tank. But still, you know, it's water that we didn't have before. Because of this, I'm starting to transfer some of this water there. This water has been tepidized enough that it can be utilized for clean water. Besides, once it merges with this water over here, it's going to stabilize its temperature even further. Not only that, it is going to prevent the cold slush geyser from being overpressurized, and therefore we are not going to lose as much water, right? Now, my friends, one final thing that I kind of want to leave ready for next episode is the Draco farm. Pretty much everything is ready except the hydrogen. I'm going to use a canister filler and emptier to transfer the hydrogen. I thought about it a little bit, and I believe this is the best way. Right now we don't have a lot of hydrogen, but we also don't need a lot, so we can spend a little bit on that. Now our fuel situation slash power situation is not exactly ideal. Right now we are really threading the needle, but that's why I kind of got this one done. I am not exactly just building a bunch of storage thingies frenetically because this thing is dormant, and it's going to stay dormant for 30 cycles, so we still have time for that. Future me can handle it, I'm sure. Yeah, I gotta say, this episode we got a lot done. We got these airlock done, these ranches, we emptied out a bunch of space, we have access to steel should we need to. I'm going to hold on a little bit because right now there is no point. We don't have power to run the aqua tuners, so why build them in the first place? It's only going to cause us issues. Besides, we are not exactly at risk of dying to heat, so there is no rush to get those aqua tuners. But still, gotta be happy with the progress that we made today. But well, my friends, with this cycle coming to an end, so must this episode. So, with all of that said, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!